Look at those cats in those tiny cages. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am going to be filming a video that I didn't really want to film, but I've been asked so many times if I have seen Tiger King, which is a new Netflix show that is apparently about Joe Exotic, who is this big cat guy. But I am going into this show absolutely blind and filming my reaction as a wildlife biologist. So if you don't already know, I am a wildlife biologist. I specialize in carnivores, and I have worked with big cats that have been rescued from the pet trade. And some of the topics that this series covers, I think, from what I've heard, are topics that I deal with at work. So this is going to be really interesting. The reason why I say I didn't really want to film this is because I don't really enjoy watching shows that show animal abuse, and I think this one does from the ads that I've seen. It just really stresses me out to see cats in anguish, but people have told me that I'm going to be really into it, so I'm going to trust you guys and watch it. And I do want to provide my reactions because there's no way I can watch this in silence, so let's get started. I'm just going to cover the first episode today. Here we go.
Where do you want to start? I guess at the beginning somewhere. It was a crazy beginning.
Animal people are nuts, man.
I don't like this already.
You know, the monkey people are a little bit different.
Okay, good boy. Good boy.
I'm already like feeling my heart rate rise. Like, I don't like watching animals like this.
You know, there's not every day that a zookeeper went to prison for murder for hire.
I do know the story about having the woman killed thing that they just mentioned, the murder for hire. I do remember when that was happening in the news, when Joe Exotic like hired a hitman, I guess, to kill Carole Baskin. I don't know. I'm sure we're gonna learn more about it, but I remember when that was happening.
Just down the street, there's a guy that has a lion, or a guy down there that has a tiger. They just feel very strongly that these are mine and nobody's gonna take them from me. Maybe
this video actually won't be super interesting because I know that a lot of this stuff already exists. I think a lot of people are really surprised that this exists, but I don't know. I'm gonna reserve judgment. I remember this guy, like, I remember when he was posting all this stuff. Why do I feel like this is just glamorizing this guy? He just wants to get attention, and this is just another way to get his name out there and to get him attention.
In the back of this guy's van was a snow leopard.
Y'all are talking about this whole global, I can't say it because I'll get demonetized, the whole thing that's going on right now being caused by the wildlife trade, and then we're seeing people like this. Oh no, here we go. What is on his nipples? Is that a whip? Is he whipping them? This is the same as the people who couldn't watch that Don't Fuck With Cats show because it just showed like abuse. Like, that's how I feel watching this. Look at, oh my god. And people actually go to these and watch it.
The only difference between my pet and your pet is
oh my god,
mine have 3-inch teeth.
That's not the only difference between a tiger and a house cat. This is like disgusting.
To the dance, to the dance, to the dance, to the dance. I love you so much.
To be fair, I've met some weird people in this field, like Joe.
With the sunshine in my eyes.
I want to say 9 out of 10 shows was about the animal rights people and Carole down in Florida.
Oh, how dare those animal rights people.
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that big cats don't belong in cages.
Yes, agreed. Now when does she become the villain?
I live, eat, and breathe ending the captivity of wild cats.
Same, girl, same.
What really sets apart Big Cat Rescue from a zoo is that we are fixing the problem, they are creating the problem.
There's a difference between sanctuaries and zoos. This is something I always talk about if you are part of a zoo that is part of a breeding program, you are actively creating cats that are going to be in captivity for the rest of their life, versus a sanctuary where you are taking animals that you would rather not even be alive because they shouldn't ever be in captivity, but they can't be re-released, so you have to allow them to live the rest of their lives out, unfortunately in captivity, but in the best that you can without breeding them. So that's an important distinction between a zoo and a sanctuary, and one of the reasons why a sanctuary might be set apart from like a roadside zoo like Joe Exotic's zoo.
And this is the Tiger King gift shop where I have all of my stuff. We got honey, we got barbecue sauce, we have steak sauce, skin cream. I have sex gel for you and her.
Sex?
Okay, I see where we're getting weird here. I find it's ironic that he has a Justice for the Cats t-shirt when he was just talking about the animal rights activists. Like, if you love animals so much, why would you want to enslave them, create captive breeding programs, and then exploiting them for money?
Here's another thing that I didn't articulate well, but I think is so important to point out, is I'm worried that this show is going to paint Joe Exotic as kind of like an anti-hero, but I'm seeing people advocate for him. He is an abuser of animals. I understand that maybe he had a background that contributed towards the abuse of animals, but I don't think we can forget he is actively abusing animals, whether he recognizes it in the front of his brain or not. These animals are being hurt, abused, and I don't think I ever want to stay on the side of someone who is an abuser. I'll leave it at that.
Even if you truly love animals, why would you think, is it truly a miseducation that you think you are helping them? Like, this is some weird psychological shit.
The animal rights activists, they want the lion's share, and they don't want to share their lions.
What? This is all about money.
Joining us is the founder and director of Tiger.
Have we talked enough about how you should not be riding elephants?
Up close,
I wonder how many of you might be interested in wildlife biology because of having gone to these roadside zoo attractions. I'm curious if you have some experience with roadside zoos. Leave a comment below, because I've never been to a roadside zoo like this, like a non-accredited random person's house type of zoo.
The people who are against people having relationships with animals, period.
Oh, where are we going with this?
Want to destroy me
Nope.
because I am out there in the forefront.
It ain't about you. It's just narcissism, like pure narcissism. That's what connects all these people.
The animal rights people like to bitch at you that cub petting is abuse, okay? In my opinion,
It is?
it's the best education tool.
Nope. Why do we have to hold animals in captivity in order for us to care about them? They're... Okay. I'll just hold it.
You can't put a price on holding a baby tiger.
That's his favorite animal.
I mean,
One of the reasons why I didn't want to watch this is because I don't like being reminded that there are people like this. I'd like to pretend that they don't exist, because the fact there are actually people who truly believe all this makes me lose faith in humanity. Look at those cats in those tiny cages. These cages, you see there is no vegetation left. There is no even slight resemblance to a natural habitat. It's just dirt and fencing and multiple cats in one enclosure. These cats are naturally solitary animals, so the weird population dynamics that you're forcing upon them by putting multiple animals in one cage is going to cause like some severe psychological issues. It's the same thing with in SeaWorld when they were putting the orcas together and putting any animal that is not a community animal into a community, or vice versa, taking an animal out of a community that naturally would form its own bonds with members of its own community. All of that is screwing up the behaviors, and then you are going to see increased aggression and changes in behavior that normally would not happen in the wild because of these weird, forcible, captive situations.
Today we have a Siberian tiger, an Indo-Chinese tiger,
look at those cats are just lying
a
on
black panther.
the ground in a tiny cage. Have you guys seen this? Like, have you? Let me know.
I mean, there was times that we may have made 10 grand at the mall.
And that is what it comes down to. They're making so much money off the captive abuse of these animals.
Tiger selfies, a big trend on a dating app.
Hey, it helps kind of set a red flag of who I'm not interested in.
There are enough ignorant people out there who will then take in that tiger, and a year later that cat's 200 or 300 pounds, and they're calling us and saying, please get this out of my house.
Am I Carole Baskin? Is this not me?
Yeah, there's a lion on Mount Perry Road in Gray.
Oh no, I know where this is going. The Zanesville, Ohio massacre. Oh no, I don't want to watch this. Literally, I just got like chills throughout my body. Like, it's one of the saddest stories. If they show a dead tiger, I swear I'm turning this off. Don't show the dead tiger. Don't show the dead tiger. Fuck.
The animals were
Why am I watching this? I wonder if this show is actually going to create any sort of change in legislation. Is that why people are watching this?
Animals were
No,
eventually killed, pushing Ohio lawmakers to author a new bill restricting.
They're interviewing this guy. Like, why is no one putting me on these shows and they're putting these people?
You're an animal rights person, and you try and come into this facility, this is what you're going to be greeted with.
Those noises are going to scare the crap out of those cats.
They think that animals are being beat everywhere they go. We didn't beat tigers at our zoo. We sure got accused of it.
That's like saying the only abuse is physically beating someone. There are many different types of abuse than that.
So you can find us there. Go ahead and open the gates and go see some cats.
That's a big group of people. Is this where it's turning around?
If you're not fucking exploiting animals at that point, what the hell are you doing?
Okay, wait, what's his argument? Because he does the same thing. So if he's saying they're exploiting animals, then what is he doing?
Most of us are not ruthless. People who really love animals are rarely ruthless.
I'm pretty ruthless.
Big Cat Public Safety Act would end the ownership of big cats as exotic pets and prohibit exhibitors from allowing the public to have contact with them.
How do we not already have a rule like that?
It will destroy private zoos across America.
Yes, good job. Oh, okay, big jump in time.
I'm in a cage.
What a turn of events. Interesting. So does he have a redemption arc? All right, there we have it. Yeah, that was pretty much what I expected it to be. Expected to see a lot of animal abuse and weird, crazy personalities, just with some of my familiarity with the situation. I've made a few videos now about exotic animals as pets. Like, as you're probably aware, something I'm very much against, as well as all of these private zoos. I think it is absolutely animal abuse, plain and simple. Keeping animals and exploiting them for profit is something that is just so beyond cruel to me that I don't like watching this stuff, because it reminds me that there are so many animals in captivity being enslaved for human exploitation right now, and I don't like thinking about that. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see me do a reaction video to any more of the episodes. It seems like overly dramatized, but I do hope that there is going to be still a focus on why keeping big cats as pets is bad, and less of a focus on, you know, these characters as like weird pseudo rock stars. I don't know what to think about this show yet. Thank you guys for watching, and click the subscribe button down below if you're interested in seeing any more videos like this, and I will see you guys next time.